Hello there, I hope you're well. Today we're going to do Blizzard Immunity, Natasha's quest. Alright, here we go. It's the normal speech. Do you have something to ask?
Can I talk to you for a moment? I have a favor to ask. Something rather personal.
Of course.
I want to thank you again for recovering the Wonder Medicine. It meant a lot to me. But disposing of Vash's reagents isn't enough to solve the medical supply shortage. Many of my patients can't be seen promptly, and my stock of medicine is running low. Thanks to you, the route to the overworld through the furnace core has reopened. I'd like to use it to return to the surface and see if I can get some help.
Help from whom? I could offer recovery meds. She'll probably refuse. But who?
I knew you'd be interested. Remember my adoptive parents I mentioned to you a while ago? After the reopening of the furnace core passage, I had an idea. I wrote a letter and asked Sampo to deliver it to my parents' old address. I didn't have high hopes, but amazingly, Sampo brought me my mother's reply.
Are you sure it's her? Sampo being a gentleman, a rare occurrence. We're always paying out on Sampo. Sampo couldn't have forged it, could he? Yeah, check for verification?
No, I recognize my family's handwriting. We are all doctors, after all.
Scribble joke.
Mom said they still live at the old house, but they're not working on the front lines anymore. They should still have some connections in the medical school and the hospital, though. If I'm lucky, maybe I can convince them to send extra medical supplies to the underworld. Of course, that's not the only reason for me to go back to the surface. I can't wait to visit my parents again, and I can tell from my mom's letter that they feel the same. If possible, I would like you to go with me.
Wow, yeah.
Wonderful. That's such a relief. I've sent another letter to my mom telling her to find us near Fountain Plaza. Don't worry, I know my way around the administrative district.
Alright. Okay, meet Natasha in the overworld. Whereabouts? Be administration. Right by the fountain. Very good.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Where do you think?
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
Well, she's out in the open. So I don't know if that means the world doesn't react to an underworlder. They might not know.
This place doesn't seem to have changed much from what I remember. Oh, there you are. Sorry, I got distracted watching the crowds.
You liar, you were watching the fountain.
Look at the busy flow of people. Life in the overworld carries on as usual, as if nothing has happened.
Yep.
We're a little early. I've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I want to buy my mom a gift. You're more of an overworld local than I am now. Any suggestions?
Flowers, theatre, or the workshop? I have no clue. Yeah, what would you do? Because they're doctors, right? Workshop. Go see Savol.
Workshop? I'm not too sure about... Oh, yes. I remember there was a florist in the overworld. How about we head over that way? I've been underground for so long, I almost forgot what flowers smell like.
So it was a false choice.
Careful now.
We stopped for nothing except for trash cans.
These ball peony blossoms are gorgeous.
Alright.
Eversummer? Was that always the name? Seems I was too young to get the irony back then. Sorry. I don't mean to sound cynical. Maybe it simply represents the people's hopes up here. Now that I think about it, sending flowers is quite the tradition in my family. Mom, Dad, Vash, and I, whenever something good happened, we sent each other flowers to celebrate. Do you want to hear a flower story?
No, but yeah, okay. Oh god. Alright, we'll start from the top.
Each year for their anniversary, my dad would send my mom a bouquet of ball peonies wrapped in red paper. I heard that ball peonies represent love that knows no end. It does fit their marriage.
So that's the mothers. Ball peonies.
My father is a famous surgeon in Belobog. Because of his fame, people in medical circles paid great attention to his surgeries. He always had a lot of stress to deal with. And each time he finished a tricky operation, my mom and I would buy a single stem of sunshine and then pin it on the chest pocket of his apron. Sunshines represent warmth and love of light. For patients on the verge of death, my dad might have been the only light to penetrate the darkness around them.
And Vash?
Vash. Out of everyone in my family, I think he probably appreciated flowers the least. Still, I remember the day he received his offer from the medical academy. My parents took me to the florist, and we bought him the most expensive marquise stem in the shop. When we gave him the flower, he failed to hide his smile. You can't imagine how hard it was to get him to smile.
Oh. And her favorite?
As an orphan, I never knew my birthday. My adoptive parents took me to the overworld and made the day I joined the family my birthday.
Yeah, that's something to think about, actually.
And each year on that day, my parents would give me a bouquet of first snow. And the number of stems represented how many years had passed since I joined the family. I only found out later that first snow represents beautiful memories. My parents gave me a beautiful childhood, and I still haven't had the chance to thank them for that.
Alright. You're probably going to ask us to arrange it, aren't we?
Mom will like this.
Yep, what flower should I pick? Oh. Well, we're going to go see the mother, aren't we? And assumedly the father, so we'll get ball peonies, I guess. First snow is for her, marquise is for Vash, sunshine's for the father. We'll get the ball.
Ball peonies, is it? 1 second. I'll get it ready for you. There you go. Sorry for the wait. Hope to see you again soon.
Okay.
All done? May I have a ball peonies? Nice pick. I wonder if Dad still sends Mom flowers on their anniversary. I knew you'd pick the right flowers. Mom and Dad will be so happy. Let's go. My mom will be there soon. Best not to leave old folks waiting.
True. Alright, where are we meeting them? Down there. The hotel. Oh, there they are.
Mom!
Nat? Nat, is that you? Oh, come here, my darling.
They share a warm embrace.
It's been too long, Mom. Too long. Sorry. I don't usually get this emotional. How have you been, Mr. Oswell? Thank you so much for taking care of my parents these last 10 years.
I only see one. Where's the father?
I'm doing fine, Miss Natasha, just fine. Look at you. You've blossomed into a fine young woman. Such a pity that your father...
Dad, I was wondering where he is. Is he...
It was 3 years ago, Nat. No need to be sad. He passed away very peacefully.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. For 10 years, I left you both in the overworld. Mr. Oswell, I'm sorry you had to bear all this weight.
Don't be, my dear. It is my honor to look after your parents.
It's not your fault that they sealed off the passage between the surface and the underground. Don't be so harsh on yourself, daughter.
In hindsight, it was probably a good idea we got the flowers for Mum and not for Dad.
Oh, Mom. I have so much to say to you. But, there's an urgent matter that needs your help. I apologize. I wish this were a happier reunion. But there are too many suffering with sickness in the underworld. You're the only person I can go to for help.
Oh, there's no need to apologize, my child. I've heard of your deeds down there, and I know you've saved many lives. Your father? He would be proud of you. We have many connections in the medical academy. No matter what you need, be it medicine or data, I should be able to get it for you. Be the doctor you always were, Nat. We have all the time in the world to catch up later.
I kinda don't, but okay. Discuss. Yes. Okay. That should just be one response. We'll compliment the mother.
She's always been there for me. With her help, we'll be able to ease the underworld's medical supply shortage. That's good news for patients who'd lost hope. I really wish I could spend the whole day talking to her about the old days. But sadly, now is not the time. Let's head back to the underworld. We need to spread the good news.
Miss Natasha, one moment, please.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Oswell? I thought you headed back home with Mom. How come...
I apologize, Miss Natasha. As a matter of fact, there's something I have to tell you in person.
The mother's dying. Something's wrong. There's always something wrong.
Something that Mom isn't supposed to know?
You haven't changed a bit. Smart and sensitive. The fact of the matter is,
Oh.
in the first 2 years after the passage was closed off, I received many letters from Master Vash.
What? Letters from Vash? Are you certain, Mr. Oswell?
Of course, miss. I recognized his handwriting. You'll see what I mean when you read the letters yourself.
Uh-oh.
Actually, those letters were intended for your eyes only. The delivery address was the underworld, but because of the sealing off of the passageway, the letters were sent back to your old house, to me.
I don't understand. Did you not show them to my parents?
I'm sorry, miss. I opened one of them out of curiosity. Master Vash stressed in the letter that your parents must not know what happened to him. That's why I put the letters in a secure place, waiting to hand them to you when we could meet again. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, Miss Natasha. I just didn't want your parents to feel that their son was so close and yet so far away.
Do you have the letters on you, Mr. Oswell? Let me take a look.
Of course, here. You can tell it's the young master's handwriting.
That dude just walked straight through. The hell, man. Oh, okay. Alright. Natasha, how have you been? I hope you're doing well. I am, as I stated in my previous letter, envious of you. You always show unwavering kindness to your patients. I am envious of your inherent compassion. I remember giving a speech on stage when I first started school, waving my arms and advocating for the development of blizzard immunity. In hindsight, I was a fool. During my final days of medical school, I became increasingly stubborn and withdrew myself. Experiments and ambitions consumed my heart, and the patients who were supposed to be in my care were progressively ignored. Natasha, I dare not beg you for forgiveness. I owe the people of the underworld too much already. I might have spent the rest of my life as a madman wallowing in my convictions if you hadn't agreed to my desire for self-exile. The cold has revealed to me my arrogance. How can a child who grew up in warmth ever begin to comprehend a cure to bitter cold? Good point, actually. Thank you for giving me one last chance to discover the answer. I live in an abandoned house under broken roofs and continue my experiments. One step after another, I've made breakthroughs. I'm trembling, not because of the cold, but because I can feel I'm getting closer to the answer I seek. I'd become a pariah, unable to return to civilized society nor face my parents, but I didn't despair because I discovered the meaning of my existence. I had a feeling I was on the right track. The reagents I developed in the underworld have a serious flaw. The medication only addresses the issue of organ hypothermia and failure, and it will be caught in a never-ending vicious cycle of consumption and recovery. I should have changed the focus of my study a long time ago, and I tried to figure out how to raise the temperature of the organs in the body in a controlled manner. Natasha, thank you very much. You helped me find the missing piece in the development of blizzard immunity. Interesting.
The cold has revealed to me my arrogance. How can a child who grew up in warmth ever begin to comprehend a cure to bitter cold? Vash didn't give up on his research into blizzard immunity, even after he left the city. I live in abandoned houses under broken roofs and continue my experiments. One step after another, I've made breakthroughs. I'm trembling, not because of the cold, but because I can feel I'm getting closer to the answer I seek. If what's in here is true, then Vash must have built a lab somewhere in the snow plains, and even made progress in his research. But how can that be?
Maybe he went mad. Do you believe it? If he went mad, he wouldn't have sent the letter. Do you believe it?
There'd be no point in him lying to me in the letters. Still, it's possible he may have gone completely insane before he started writing them. I need to leave the city to recover my brother's research data. Are you willing to come with me?
I'm going to have to, aren't I? Sure thing.
Leave the city? You are taking too much risk, Miss Natasha.
I do agree. You've just come up to the surface after 10 years, and now you're going to go straight out into the blizzard. You're mad.
I know, Mr. Oswell, but I have a hero with me.
Of course.
She saved the underworld. I'm sure she'll protect me, right? Vash, it's been so many years. Are you still alone in the blizzard?
Well, he's got the fragmentum, doesn't he?
Oh. Ignore me. I'm just talking to myself. Let's go. It's time to face my past head-on.
Okay, search for clues left by Vash in the snow plains. Oh, yeah. I had a funny feeling it was going to be here. I think this is reset too, so I'm going to have to clear him out. I think.
Such harsh cold. It's hard to imagine anyone surviving in these conditions. Unless blizzard immunity is real. Let's hurry up. We need to find any clues that Vash may have left behind before both of us become ice sculptures.
Alright, so... we should be okay like this. I'm just going to sub my character out for Natasha. Just to keep it theme. Yeah, that'll do.
Let's begin.
Time to twirl!
A delicate operation. A delicate operation.
Indeed. Surgery with a grenade launcher.
Come on, then.
So the 3 soldiers are. I figured it was going to be the one that we overlook over here. Because there's this little cutout here and there's a house down there. I always thought there was going to be something there. But that's alright. We might not have to beat them.
Here, this looks like lab equipment. Maybe Vash left it behind. Huh. Still, it's all just used test tubes, beakers, and other vessels. There's no sign of any sample reagents or lab notes for that matter.
Maybe things are too harsh here for record keeping. Maybe his memory's too good. Maybe his memory's too good for lab notes. Maybe it's too harsh.
I know my brother. He's meticulous when it comes to medical experiments. There's no way he wouldn't document his results.
That response feels like it could be for both options.
I want to go deeper into the snow plains. Can you press on any further?
Yeah.
Gosh, the temperature keeps getting lower. But we can't give up halfway.
The Trailblaze protects me. It's you I'm worried about. I can warm you up if you like. Oh my. I can warm you up if you like.
Oh, that's very kind of you. But don't you underestimate the leader of Wildfire.
Oh yeah, she is, isn't she? Oops.
Let's press on then. This may not sound like me, but I hope that deity the architects worship can grant us some luck.
We were supposed to go the other way. Lab records, what do we got? Broad spectrum animal injection. Animals appear to grow more active. Dose needs to be adjusted. 2 snow finches have been screeching non-stop for 3 days. I couldn't sleep at all. Absolutely right decision for me to come out in the slope lanes. Don't have to deal with the cretins or the ethics committee. Don't have to produce so-called reports. Animal experiment 14. Controlled experiments mice. Impacts the rate of medicine absorption. Something about the injection more effective than some other kind of injection. Shock symptoms were observed. Human testing should also be expedited. I was hesitant to experiment with these mice because they remind me of the ones Natasha had as a child. So he still has a conscience, sort of. Despite the fact of being much more productive here, the limited supply of test subjects remains a major issue. There's guards outposts to the south. Perhaps I can trade with them. I'm running low on firewood and oil. So this word, sub something. I feel like I'm going to say a swear word or something, so I'm just not going to. Injection experiment. Into a vein on my own right arm. Severe allergic reaction. Vomiting, dizziness within 12 hours. Medication's effectiveness in the human body was confirmed. For the following 50 hours, I didn't feel cold. I've made little progress on the report. I've been experiencing numbness in my fingers for the past several days. I'm wondering if it's a side effect of the injection. Swelling rashes on my arms have subsided significantly. Next time I try more stable formula. Sounds like he's going to be turning into one of those guys. Oh. Uh-oh.
Citizens? Outside the walls? Hey, you two! Stop right there!
That's a Silvermane guard. Is he yelling at us? Oh, I'd almost forgotten. No one can leave Belobog without authorization. Looks like we need to talk our way out of this.
Explain the identity and purpose of patrolling Silvermane Guard.
I can't say you sound suspicious, but I can't just take your word for it either.
Yeah, you can.
Captain, look at her necklace. Maybe she's telling the truth.
It's the same as Dr. Vash's.
My brother does wear an identical necklace. Do you know him?
Are you really his sister? Dr. Vash saved a lot of my soldiers.
Saved your soldiers?
Yes. Take a look at the guards patrolling outside the city. All of them are risking their lives. Aside from the monster-related casualties, we lose men to frostbite every year.
Yeah.
But thanks to the medicine the doctor leaves us, my soldiers are able to withstand the cold. They can make camps in the snow plains as footholds for our patrols. If it weren't for the doctor, we would have long since frozen to death.
Medicine. Blizzard immunity.
Is there enough for all of you? Where is Vash now?
We don't know. Dr. Vash is elusive. My squad only met him once, and he didn't seem like the talkative type. He leaves the medicine at specific locations, and our patrols go there to collect it. The medicine is extremely potent. A small vial can keep someone warm for a week. Speaking of the doctor, it's been a long time since we last saw him. At least 2 or 3 years. I hope he's alive and well.
So he really did have a breakthrough in the snow plains. Oh, did the medicine have any side effects for you?
Side effects? Not that I know of. If there were a problem, it'd be that we couldn't go back to the city until the effect had worn off.
Because the city would be too hot for us. We'd break a sweat just sitting idle.
Ah.
Thanks for the information. We're planning to head deeper into the snow plains to find my brother.
Seems like you've made up your mind. I'd really like to send some of my men with you, but we can't leave our posts. Here, take this medicine. If what you two told me is true, I'm sure you're more than capable of handling yourselves out there.
Damn straight.
Thank you, Captain. We'll take it with us.
And promptly not touch it. Is there anything else along the way? I wonder if I took the portal. Oh no. Because the waypoint is right there. Would have come up behind him. Oh, hello. I think I should be okay. I've got Natasha to heal. I've got Hook for fire. I should be fine.
Hold on. That's a big guy over there. Did you see that? There's something on the monster's back. Oh, the blizzard immunity. Shall we drink it? It's your call.
Yeah, I think we will. Huh? I can't. Nope.
I'm ready.
Okay, that was weird.
Can you feel it? It seems like Vash's medicine is working.
What's it do? Cannot be
So
frozen.
warm.
Oh, that's cool. Because I think it's part of his, this guy's thing, isn't it? Chance to freeze the targets. Deals extra ice damage if the target's currently frozen. Yeah, so that's why they gave us the option to use it or not. Oakley dokley. Alright, I guess we should start nuking.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Time to twirl! This big diamond, it's all yours!
I thought she was going to do fuck all damage, but she did alright actually.
Time for a shot.
Let's begin.
What are you looking at? Here I come!
Naughty child. Nap time.
Time to twirl! Time for mischief!
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
How appropriate.
Leave it to me.
Honored to meet me. Here I come! Follow hook if you want.
Hook is so adorable.
It's done.
Yes.
That was my first time seeing you in battle. You've got some moves, don't you? No wonder you were able to save the underworld.
I wasn't there. Haha. No.
Let's have a look over there. My gut tells me we should find something connected to Vash.
Yeah, that glowy bit tells me there's something over there too. Investigate.
These are records of his experiments. It's Vash's handwriting. This must be the location of his final lab. Come have a look. His last experiment was nearly 2 years ago? What happened after that? Huh. His notes seem to suggest he was working to improve blizzard immunity. Brother, where are you? What happened?
It's called all a day. It's time we headed back. I want to keep going. Let's call it a day.
Sorry. I needed to take a moment. After seeing the letters Mr. Oswald kept for me, I was hoping things might have ended differently. I shouldn't have asked you to come with me to such a dangerous place.
I farm this area on a daily basis, and I destroy the snow plains in about 2 minutes. This is not dangerous. You miss him? What is your feelings towards Vash? Of course she misses him.
I do.
That was a mismatch.
I can't forgive him for what he's done. Nor can I say I don't miss him. Maybe I should feel glad. The medicine might not have been what he wanted it to be, but it came to something. Maybe he found some inner peace.
Too bad his victims won't ever share that peace. People remember Dr. Vash. That first one is a bit harsh. People will remember Dr. Vash.
They'll remember him as a murderer. As
Okay.
someone whose evil experiments brought great harm to the innocent. Vash doesn't deserve to be remembered as a doctor. I know that very well.
Okay, I was talking about the guards with our most recent thing that just happened, but okay, no, that's fine.
But maybe this blizzard immunity can now bring benefit to others. Even if it was made by a monster.
Yeah, I guess that's the way the world works, isn't it?
Human beings really are conflicted life forms.
Yeah, we're pieces of shit.
I'll take his records and data with me, and continue what he started. One day the world will see a perfect blizzard immunity.
Not unless I destroy the Stellaron and completely nuke your planet, and then you won't have to worry about that ever again.
Before we leave, I'd like to ask for another favor. The last one, I promise.
There's 2 of them. Alright, we're gonna go Pimp Man. You and Natasha put up a headstone for Vash.
That should do. Hope it can withstand the snow.
Epitaph on the headstone, or is Vash worth you doing all of this? I feel like if I say they put a headstone, she'll be like, why we don't want him to be remembered or anything. Is Vash worth you doing all this for him?
I don't know. It's just something that suddenly occurred to me. People write things on headstones, right? Let me think. Here lies Vash. My brother. That'll do. Thank you for helping me. I feel like a great weight has been lifted. So long, brother. Hope you don't forget Dad's teaching. A doctor does not get to choose his or her patient, my children. Remember, never say no to those who come to you for help. Never.
There you go. So, that is Natasha's story. Most of these stories are pretty depressing. But I guess it's just one of those things, isn't it? You see these kind of games and you take it at face value before you delve into it, and it seems like a little cutesy anime thing where everything's happy and wonderful, but then you peel apart the layers and you end up getting completely gut punched. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, I'm going to leave it here for now. That was Natasha's story. And the next story I'll be doing is Hook's story. So, join me for Hook's story coming up next. Thanks for watching. See ya.